They're not going to hold their angles and wait for a push for Guild. They're going to get a bit aggro and look for info. They could get a free backstab onto Synopsy and completely cut their way through this A push before it even starts. Patty waits for the push in. They take a bit of control off him. Rigon good for one on the defense, but it falls into a 3 versus 4.
Oh, so scrappy, and it's going to go the way of ECSTATIC, though, in this confrontation. It looked like it would be an even trade. That puts Seneri with his back to the wall. Post plant in, full defuse coming through with 10 seconds. Seneri's just going to get forced out, bullied out of this round, it seems. The full defuse will come in, and Seneri falls by the wayside. Important couple of... What we did see yesterday from ECSTATIC is these guys mechanically, in terms of their aim, are on point. Salazar was having some crazy rounds with the AWP, but in the meantime, Patty, an even trade back and forth. As the T's spill out onto the side, tons of carnage and casualties. See it in a 2-on-2. But with 2 rifles picked up, Seneri taking chunks of damage down to 6. And they line up for a Synopsy spray. 29 HP plays 76. And the wide swing from Synopsy as Salazar ran out of ammunition.
2 players on either side towards the cave entrance, though. Those 5-7s could start singing, but only 1 tag. It doesn't matter, though, as that tag quickly turns into a double up for Patty. Caught with his pants around his ankles on a reface, and he goes down.
Labeled spray, but GX gets it done. 5-7, shutting down Synopsy. A 2-on-1. Again, stacked against the Danes. Queenix has already eradicated 1, and he's quickly wrapped around cave. They're tickling the bomb to try and draw him out. With him going for a re-rotation up on ramp, they may assume it's cave, and he may get the drop on one of these players now. Rigon is watching it. Turns his attention just as Queenix goes for the swing, but is able to make amends. And Gildy.
You can see the whole team being quite vocal as well. Rigon there communicating at the bottom of the ramp. Meanwhile, Synopsy swings out through A main and beheads Queenix, giving them even more to work with. Kraken. He was a big force for this ECSTATIC roster in the past. Can he live up to it now? Peeks out towards the lane, instantly battered. And if they had any sort of edge of finding a way back into the round, well, that's quickly gone down the pan.
And this off the back of 2 rounds of saving and playing cautiously and conservatively with your money. You finally get a buy-in, instantly smacked back down to reality and back down to earth with a recession around the corner. The Danes can maybe get 1. They can't even get that one. Flatro instantly with the headshot. You've got to snatch your opportunity right here, right now. Don't leave anything on the server. In the meanwhile, Salazar finally gets an AWP, just instantly entered. Gone.
Yeah, that's your big boon. That's your opportunity to create space into the rounds. But where Salazar is slain, his team will step up to the plate and deliver with 2 frags. So finally, an advantage in terms of the battle of attrition. Guild down to 3 players. One Flatro, though. Oh, he can be a real pain in the backside. He's going to try and flank his way up towards Wedroom. Finds the hit onto Kraken. Peeks back round towards Donut. But again, it flip-flops. Queenix hits the head. And the last duo for Guild make their move towards B.
GX alongside Seneri. He's had a really good start to this game. GX just slightly awry on that shot. Will land it on the second time, and Seneri got 1 beforehand. A 2-on-3 turns into a 1-on-1, and there will be enough time for the plant and a post-plant position. Queenix with the AWP. But he's walking in with the USP, and GX is on full HP right now. Looking for that window of opportunity, for the timing to work out in his favor, but it's going to be GX that finds him and frags him. A 3-on-2 slips through the fingers of the Danes.
If you start letting Guild Eagles win clutches, Vince, that's when they just feel even stronger. They feel like they can keep pushing, keep fighting. And again here, they just bombard their way in. You've got the picks towards the B site, frag after frag, all of the SMGs amount to nothing, and this should be another one.
And this is a great sign for Guild Eagles, man. We talked about it yesterday. GX is a phenomenal AWPer when he's on form. He really does land so many shots. He had an incredibly slow start yesterday against Apeks. The first 2 maps, he was rock bottom of the stats. The 3rd map, he really stepped up, and when it was required. And it's just one of those kind of performances where you look at it and you think, is he going to be a bit of a quiet component in this game against ECSTATIC as well? And pardon me, I meant against Nexus, not Apeks. But he did arrive, and now early doors, he's already here. Everybody's fragging. Seneri's fragging. Rigon. One Flatro's been a little bit on the quiet side, and he's one of the guys you know is going to really deliver on the CT side.
You have nades to work with, and again, an investment into that orb. Salazar brings it out, and he's sole defender towards the A site. You've got a deep push down towards middle as well. Nade timing goes around the corner. Rigon, he eats the HE, but still peeks in. Good for a 1-for-1 trade. Salazar's being tested blind, but snipes onto the first. A near miss on the follow-up. The utility makes it uncomfortable, and he's beheaded.
Kragan stands his ground, and now Synopsy going to go in for that spray, but Kragan gets a second. GX with a chance. There was 3 players, and that chance was brief. And to stabilize like into a 10-2 half or something crazy like that. But they've got to make the most of it. If they can drag this back into like an 8-4-7-5 situation, the CT side is one that can get a little bit shaky for Guild Eagles. There's still a chance here, but Paddy takes a grenade straight to the head.
Oh, Shadow's giving the game away as well as the flank comes up through Cave. Every time there's an opening pick for Guild, 2 more are found in quick succession, and again, they're blowing ECSTATIC away. Worst case scenario as well, you finally get around thinking you can flex your muscles a little bit, and then your arms just get broken off by the Eagles.
1-for-1 in this kind of scenario is not going to favor ECSTATIC whatsoever. They got less firepower. They have traded up to an AK, but less utility. It also is going to funnel them out that little bit thinner, but that's an important kill. It does give a chance now. Salazar with 1, but Queenix traded back, and that's the A site that goes with him. Smoke to CT. They can molly down on Donut as well, as Kragan does get spotted. That should stop his push. No, he pushes in, but the sound cue is going to give that position away now. Shadow around the corner while Flatro is caught, but Senary is going to get caught between 2 players. He's going to overextend and get punished, and this is all off the back of one Flatro having that nade out at the worst possible moment, putting GX into a 1-on-3. First shot goes awry, and Salazar will punish. As soon as that 1 player was picked on A site, and the 3-on-3, you're thinking, right, Guild Eagles have this one in the bag, but ECSTATIC bounce back in and secure a 3rd.
I mean, at least in the half overall, if you can get a 4th round out of it, maybe they can step up the plate, come back into the game, see if they can keep it going for the Danish side. On the T side, Juan Flatro, though, walks around the back of the smoke towards middle, shuts down Queenix. His royal reign is over, and Kraken might also go the same way. The P250 doesn't deliver, and it's already another 3 picks for Guild.
1 step forward, multiple steps backwards for the Danes, and that's been a consistent theme throughout this half. And that's not good enough on the CT side. This is the half you've got to get consistency. You've got to establish economy. You cannot afford to be winning and losing and trading out. 9-3 is looking like the score. Nodios has been pivoted back into position. Solid second frag, but there's 3 more players to deal with. And if that wasn't difficult enough already, a post plant in, and there is GX on the cross. 12 kills for him, 9 rounds for the Eagles.
For ECSTATIC, they're not worried about where the lamb source is. They're worried about where the rounds are. Coming into the second half pistol, though, can they respond? Not looking good on the battle towards B initially, but Nodios tries to take it in the right direction. GX, this man does not need an AWP, Vince. He's got a very powerful pistol.
There's a way forward, though, for ECSTATIC. They have a post plant, though. Smokes are still in position, so they can fall back into fairly difficult angles to thwart, especially considering there's no HEs or Molotovs, anything really for Guild Eagles to burrow out these positions. The downside is they are 1 by 1, so they need to trade at least 1 frag apiece. Full defuse coming out. They've lost their first component. Needs to be Patty, but he gets wide swung. GX with 3 kills, securing a 15th. And the other terrifying thing here, Jackie, is blitzed into pieces before you even get established into these maps. And Queenix in a SMG duel, 1v1 is going to turn into a 2-on-2 actually. And it looks like it's going to be more of the same for the Eagles. Paddy has to run away. Player advantage, finding 1 in T-spawn as well with a Deagle, but they have the bomb down. And with Salazar dropping alongside it, looking good for an 11-3. Man, this has been a rapid map of CS. And it could be over in just a couple of moments' time. Yeah. I wonder how much losing that really close game against Apeks affected ECSTATIC's mentality. If that was really burrowed in their brain this entire time, were they able to shake it off? Again, they're not as experienced as some of the other teams in this tournament. Because this looks like a far cry from the ECSTATIC that we saw yesterday. Yes, Guild Eagles are a different beast, they're a different unit, they play a different brand of Counter-Strike. But we've not seen any of those components really connect. They're not winning any duels. It's just too easy for Guild Eagles. Yes, that was against pistols, but I'm talking even the rifle rounds.
That's the noise of an eagle, Vince. That's what an eagle sounds like. Gee, honestly.
Well, can they put this to rest? Well, it's looking like it, isn't it? GX, 18 kills, 4 deaths. A ton of damage through the smoke onto Nodios as well. Caught in two minds, and Synopsy is cleaning up the extremities of the map through middle. Just kill for kill, blow for blow, and it's too easy for Guild Eagles. One of the fastest maps of CS we've seen at the RMR. They're 1-0 up already.
1-0 up, looking damn good in a qualification best of 3. Can they have their 4th major under the belt? If they can do it in the space of 2 more maps, then Guild Eagles will be going to Copenhagen. Those large talons picking up sheep, flying away with them. That's what they're known for in a wild, but on Inferno, what are they known for? Opening with an initial frag. The opening pistol kill is theirs, but there's a battle back. You might have an eagle, but we've got a Kraken.
Oh, that flash went the wrong side of Apps. Actually blinded some of the CTs, but it doesn't matter because Synopsy is not missing a shot, not missing a beat. And this was a reoccurring theme on Ancient. All the duels went the way of Guild Eagles. Their aim was on point. And it's a full house of kills with Synopsy bagging 3. And it seems like they're showing no signs of slowing down with these insta-fast flicks. But they're still aggressive down here, taking the fight to excl, who have a good read of the situation. They're only now just starting to make a move up second mid.
Oh, the T side basically playing an anti-eco default on their T half, waiting for the pushes to come in, and that's exactly what happens. Guild, on every fight, they're getting picked off.
Get a little bit of confrontation early doors and decide to just hold off, hold fire. In fact, it wasn't even a post plan, they just went straight in for the Galils. They've picked up a bunch of SMGs as well from Salazar's perspective, and he'll be hoping he gets a much better start from last time where he was 0-4, he had the AWP 1.
And slows them down even more. They want to boost him up. Okay, put him on the totem pole. Clearing towards the back of the site. Glances over by the coffins as well. Look at the response, the reactive play. 2 players pushing down middle. They're going to have a fast flank at the back of Banana. And they've not pressed the go button yet. They've not run in towards the site fence. This could get quite chaotic very quickly. Finds one. GX with a backstab.
Salazar, though, gets one. That may be good enough for his teammates. And Kraken again. He may have been just padding those stats in the eco, but he's doing it against the full rifles. He's going to fall prey to one Flatro, but he was already low. He's gifted himself across the Queenix, can try and clutch this one, who goes for the wide swing and will oblige. The A1S prevailing over the A4, and excl off to a 4-1 lead on their T half. Up.
Yeah, a little bit scary. Okay, Guild dropping the utility towards spawn side. So if you need to back off, there's a lot of HEs you can use to blow away the oncoming attack from the T side. Ooh, trapped in a cubby, but still shooting off heavy hitters. Holds back Patty. And they've got those nades, they can double up for them. Ooh, close on the smoke as well. Rigon goes in, and he's causing issues. Rambunctious plays from the man. Much be sometimes. Even with low HP, to go for the heads-up play to walk down mid. You're thinking if Salazar misses that shot, it gives them such a big opening. Be down to just 1 player, but that's not the timeline we're living in. Talking of time, though, only 33 seconds left on the clock. Oh, the missed shot opens himself up. Salazar will puncture. They look for the fight towards the bomb site, but one Flatro up on top flattens both and guarantees the round for Guild.
There's 30 seconds left, smoke down, and Synopsy thinking of going aggressive, finds the timing, but Patty punishes him.
That's massive. If he found those frags there, the echoes would have been felt throughout the round, but Rigon putting the foot down on the CT side. Holds back the A play, they double up, group up, knowing there's a weakened B site ahead of them and they want to fight for control of it. Flatro up on top this time. It's not the balcony, it's another high angle that he does damage from and buys enough time. Cuts his way through all of them and the round is gone with it.
Oh, I thought Rigon was going to have Nodios. Did he have a nade or a knife out? What even happened there? It doesn't...
Omnipresent though from Juan Flatro, the rotations and those sprays. Meaty damage done with the M4. They scrap at Banana. And there's another opportunity for a double for Guild, unanswered by the T side. The nade goes high over the top, another trade is found. Patty only able to get one on the board. But it's basic math.
Additionally, the pit player, as it was, bullets fired across. I was talking more about the step, though. Now GX can hold position, hold angle, hold fire, nails it. First shot in, shoulder peaks, knows that Nodios is also here and wants to go back in for seconds and nails center mass, the follow-up shot. They're making this really uncomfortable on the side of the T's, but the aggression from Seneri punished this time. The one AK in play for Patty has sung out. Spray is good for one, but Patty will return fire. Fast rotation from GX, but he's not going to be able to do much through that smoke, so he has to move into coffins. This is all about surviving and maybe taking one player alongside it. He misses his chance, but doesn't get fully punished. It's going to open up a little bit of space, though, for the T's now to try and work into. But those two CTs that he was waiting for from the spawn side have now joined the fight, where GX goes down. 1-for-1 trade. Two of the T's pretty low, especially Patty. But they have no HEs or incendiaries to find these positions. What they have managed to do, though, is isolate the two T's with a smoke.
Patty blocked off, playing off his teammates' information. The AK sprays onto Rigon, drops it down to just Juan Flatro. He's been good for multi-frags, but can he pull off the retake off his own back? No. Patty peeks off the timing of his teammate, finds the shot into the back of the head, and they do get through that round. Barely, though. Skin of their teeth.
ECSTATIC may have thought, like, Guild Eagles, they're on the ropes right now, boys. We're feeling pretty good about this one, but they've just found out again. The Guild Eagles managed to sneak a by out of nothing. But Nodios, what an entry that is. Rigon is here, though. They have a player up on the porch. Spray is good from one Flatro. The trade is on point as well. 3v2, and it could be another case of hitting the B side, but GX is here with the AWP.
All about GX.
We've been here before, though, Jackie. They were not able to capitalize in a similar position last time. However, the last two CTs were coming through on the spawn side. This time it's Banana. They line up, and Kraken gonna go for the spray and connects. They know that GX was last spotted around the church. He pushes through the Molotov, connects the first shot, but still needs to deal with Kraken, who peeks up. Perfect timing, perfect aim, and ECSTATIC 7-4.
You got the two-man setup on B again. He's got a Mag 7. Oh, Synopsy. Wielding the shotgun, he could blow them away with one tap straight to the head. Shuts down the Kraken, harpoons him out of the round. Salazar replies on the AWP, but the MP9 is still here. A labored spray, resulting in only the one kill. Couldn't deny the push-up from the T side. Puts pressure on middle, and Queenix baited round the corner.
You just know Queenix is mega tilt. He's like, stop peeking me! Stop it! He did get one, though, beforehand, which has given his team the opportune moment now to strike in with Salazar, and the 8-4 score comes straight through. You're still hearing the battle cries, the shouts. However,
knowing they've bypassed him, knowing they've wrapped round through Archside, you call for the rotation. Nodios is already on the move. Salazar, he's still inside of the boiler. Synopsy looking for the trade. The Glock firing off warning shots, and finally a connection to the head. Oh no, we're down to a 4v4 with site control falling in the hands of Guild Eagles. Queenix, he's been biding his time up inside the apartments, wanted to rain down hellfire with the dualies, but can't deliver.
They know where both of these CTs are as well, up on the short side. Flashbang up and over from Seneri. Kraken, though, can just turn his back, play the anti-flash position, now runs in, runs and guns, but there's 3 players there, and they have just swept aside the CTs with ease in the end. When they got the first pick from Salazar, you don't allow that bomb to get spilled in a bottleneck position. Rigon's seen one, and where one sits, many will remain. They'll know this, especially if they've done their homework, so they can just draw that bomb back. Not needed as Rigon is spinning and pivoting and clapping heads along the way. He may have just found the timing here, though, through on Speedway, but he decides against it. Now they're going to pick up the pace, and Kraken caught with a nade out, but Paddy's able to thread the smoke for one. He's thinned the herd a little bit. Rigon's going to be able to get that bomb planted unless Paddy can find it through the smoke, and nearly did. He actually tagged him, but not the outright frag.
To put pressure on with the AK, and that was more than enough to guarantee this one. They've got to exit together towards CT spawn at least. If you overextend, Patty's lurking inside the library, waiting to swing around the corner. Spill some of the sanguine on the floor. Not going to work out, though. He does just deviate back and at least holds on to what he had in his hands, the famous
So it's putting their money into a bit of an odd position should they lose this round. There's a lot of chips being put on the table right now. It's not quite an all-in, but it feels like it's going to set the tees up so well if they can get more success here. But Natus lines up 4 of them and just holds down left click, puts them into their grave, showing that this full-on investment.
Playing inside the pit now as well, Synopsy down to 50 health. AK in his hands, walking out a balcony, bullet to the brain, full ace confirmed. Natus going to be happy with that one. And like you say, that's massive, man. You invested so much into it, you needed it to pay off. The Lone Sharks would have been after you, but not now.
And it looks so good. Senery got 2. And then they all just ran around lining up for one another, but Natus laid down the hammer and the law. The gavel reached the table. But GX is having another rough start, 4 and 10.
Hang on a minute though, Rigon's position might be the difference. He's just got them pushing him one by one, barreling down towards the bottom of Banana, but being shot at like fish in a barrel. 3 versus 4, CTs already knocked onto the back foot. Guild, they'll line these up. There is at least a rotate. Salazar's coming back round towards CT side. Patty waits with the pin pulled on the flash.
Flash up and over, and Paddy's going to get aggressive behind that. You know he wants to get in the face of the T's, but he's missed his chance, missed his opportunity perhaps. He stays in position though. They can hear the bomb being planted, can't deny it, doesn't want to overextend on this one, and finally gets his reward. It's a cost to his HP, he's going to have to funnel away on the 3-on-3. They're trying to get denied any opportunity for a save, but that actually may work against Guild Eagles because now the advantage falls upon the CTs. Not for much longer though, as GX with the AK is going to keep them at bay.
Dropping the style as well. A little victory celebration. Rifles holding for any re-aggression from the CT side. Utility to work with still. 3 players firmly with their feet planted towards A. Patty would have heard the flames burning one of the players, but they're close underneath him. Drops off into second oranges. Peppers 1 player, but it's no kill. It's no delay. Juan Flatro as well on the face towards CT. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Another round for Guild.
2 USPs remain. They're looking for exit frags. But these are the kind of moments, Jackie, where that extra experience is going to begin to prevail. Guild Eagles have been here so many times before. These RMRs, these close 2-2 matchups. They look down and out early doors in this RMR. But now they're picking up the pace. And when you consider as well, by the way, the Guild Eagles was 0-2.
Yeah.
They've won their last 2 best of 3s. Could be a 3rd in a row. They looked like they were done after the first day. They did have difficult opposition. They nearly beat MOUZ. Ended up throwing that game. I think themselves would be pretty honest about that one. They had once those smokes fade, there's going to be a good 40, 45 seconds. And the Guild Eagles are making moves up on Archers instead.
Flash over the top. Natus playing on the off angle towards mini pit. Peeks in for 1, good for a second as well. And buys time for the reload. Only 3 of the Eagles remaining alive. Friendly fire again, but it still results in a further frag as Patty puts bullet to brain. And Rigon is slain. GX looking for...
So they could use that in the dying embers. Not that I think it mattered at that point. I think the damage is already done in the 2v5 and with 20 seconds left. The Guild Eagles brought back to reality. I said they need a hero. They need someone to stand, deliver. Throwed in a grenade. Bounced off the wall. Did nothing. Then he comes back in for more, but he's out in the open. And there's tons of Tech9s just eyeing him down, but Queenix is going to hold the line. In for more as well, as the rotation through Synopsy is good for the 1. This Deagle's going to finish off with a couple, and Rigon, out of nowhere, pulls a double out of his pocket and now has a chance at a clutch and potentially the match-winning moment. He's seen Kraken. He has the AWP additionally, but Kraken just spams through the barrels and you can see the anguish, you can hear the anguish in Rigon's.
It's not going to bail you out anywhere near as much as that single flash would have. And Salazar, he's been hitting some money makers, waiting to clean up on this one. They're going to peek in together. The first frag connected, easy spray down by the rest as well. ECSTATIC withstanding the test at mid, and a 12th match point. Top. and hope that you hit the mark with the weapons. Rotation called for. Salazar, he's making his move over. Another smoke comes in as well. Patty looks to play directly behind it, waiting with that MP9. Kraken supporting on the anti-flash angle up top as well. All the moving pieces looking good to deflect this oncoming attack, but Juan Flatro spans his way in with one on the MAC-10, opens it up. Kraken smashing down the tentacles as this is cruel on defense. Oh, hang on a minute. It could still change hands. It's in the hands of GX now to change fate in a 1v2.
He's giving his position away, and he's going to get backstabbed by Queenix. We go the distance to overpass as excl weather the early storm and bounce back with a vengeance.
Meaning the guild will be a tease for this one, and on overpass they can be a beast to be reckoned with on those T-side rounds. Pulling out the Glocks into the pistol though, and the Doolies are battling back, denying their entry towards the B site. And this is the cleanest pistol we've seen from excl.
It certainly is. It's the one pistol they've picked up in this best of three. They had a rough one yesterday against Apeks. It's going to be very important for them to get a solid foundation here to kick things off.
Yeah, not a single round can be given away as a freebie. Has to be picture perfect in every asset. Salazar. Oh, you thought he had the edge there. Face round the corner, Synopsy with a P250. Puts it together to open up on the first. They put pressure on the site, call for the rotation, dealing damage, but allowing some of the Ts to bypass round the back. The rotations arrive, though, and it's relatively clean. 2 casualties for the CTs. Rigon remains alive.
And Rigon with the pistol in his hands. It was a Deagle Inferno that nearly pulled off a miracle play. Has landed the dink onto Queenix as well. So he's holding fire and waiting for the rest of the team to arrive. Additionally, he's barely taken a scratch. Just 10 HP has gone down. Kraken's heard those footsteps and Synopsy's been put down, but also on top of that, it is going to be the bomb that goes with him. He is all alone, but he's got a smoke to try and fend this one off. As a Molotov comes in, he can draw fire away. And this is wasting valuable time for the Eagles. As long as Kraken survives, he is eating time off the clock.
And that's basically another man on the server for the CTs, as he's got the bomb. He's got all the time in the world to play with. Extra edge. We spoke about Rigon's position towards the start of the round, but the longer it's gone on, the less it's had to pay off, especially as he takes a dink on contact. They can recover the bomb, sure, but with Rigon falling, the round itself, well, that goes down.
Yeah, that'll be... Just to choke them out that little bit longer. No control over the map. They do have Senri in connector. And Nodios is all alone here. He's going to get 2. Interesting position, not to have anyone to play off. Maybe not anticipating it would be full pistols. That is effectively an extra rifle that's given across to the Guild Eagles. And it does give them a little bit to play with here, Jackie. It's a bit of an odd decision for me.
I think the problem is as well, the secondary rifle, the one they brought into the round, it's been blown out of the map. I think it's gone into the storm drain. Off the back of the HE that landed, either that or it's stuck underneath the water and cannot be spotted by Juan Flatro. So it is only 1 rifle still. That's all you've got to build your way back into this round. Synopsy testing out by Monster. Delayed on a push. Really rough spray though. And they don't clean up. Okay, now it's a 2v2. Time's tight and you've got a flank for the CT side coming down through connector. They can still pick the bomb back up. Baits out the shot from Salazar as well.
That's a spray Queenix wants to forget as fast as possible, but maybe allowed that amnesia should his teammates be successful. This 2-on-2 with 18 seconds. Good flick from Salazar. Instantly rips off the head. But Synopsy is still in the fight. 73 HP to his name. 8 bullets in the magazine, but he does connect onto Kraken. Oh, the turnaround from Guild Eagles, and that's where Queenix is head in hands. Because
but the boost's not working out. You have to switch up the play a little bit. Nodios instead looks to get aggressive. MP9 delivers on 1. Oh, that SMG packs a punch.
GX just gifted that opportunity onto Kraken. Wanted to try and find some information, maybe try and wrap around the back of the T's. But all he'll do is find that AWP caliber bullet lodged into his chest as a 338 dismantles him with ease. No nades additionally for excl. Tons. Surplus on the side of the Eagles. Throwing the Molotov, allowing Juan Flatro to join Synopsy. It looks like it's going to be a monster explosion here as Rigon can smoke and Molotov onto the site to proceed the push. Molly now tossed at the back of the pillars. And the flashbang alongside it, and here we go. And the 5-7, make amends. Queenix not able to do anything on that one, and Patty forced back into a save. Could see that Patty was hoping to get away with that one. Obviously, the second he opens up his magazine, he's going to give his position away, and he's a dead man. So was hoping and praying that they didn't spot him, but that's not the case. 3-2.
Sides, they have some crazy stacks that they'll pull out. They like going for the tank setup, so you have all 5 players together. Ooh, flash round the corner, not going to work out too well. Near miss on that one as they go running on in and feed themselves into the rifle. At least a single pickup. GX with a tech, quick switch, can't deliver though.
Less Ali G, more Borat. That spray from GX. That's a rough one. Not sure I'll get punished though when there isn't open AK in play and they're actually team killing each other in the smoke. Come on now, Guild Eagles, not like this.
Well, what is going on? It's normally the chaos that with me.
2-on-2 retake, bomb just getting planted down. Adios. Ooh, he did connect a shot, but it wasn't the head. It needed to be that swift headshot if he was going to stand any chance of that trade. Of course, keep in mind, it was a full eco. ECSTATIC coming through into this one with barely anything, no Kevlar, aim punch a problem, but still making Guild Eagles sweat this one out. And if Salazar can keep his hands on this AWP, I mean, that is a huge boost to their buy going into the next one. About as good as you could have really hoped for, especially as they got contact in mid, and the opening trades were all in favor of Guild Eagles. So Salazar neutralizing Synopsy should save him this AWP. And ECSTATIC, they'll be super happy about that outcome.
Map control on the default, see if you can get a pick to build off.
Oh, that is such a crisp entry. He will be traded back though, had no supporting cast members. The bomb still dropped back on the T-side of connector. So we're gonna have to go back for that one, and a shot missing by Kragan. Nearly took that to the hand. So it's a really nice entry, but it almost feels like it's not for that much in return, Jackie. It's an even trade back. They can't capitalize off it. And Salazar with the easiest of picks, but he's lost his compadre of Kragan. That's going to put a lot more pressure on Salazar. And with a smoke and Molotov, he's going to have to hold in position. This will feel very uncomfortable for him, but he's gifted another kill. One Flatro gives up his back.
Walks through the smoke, hoping that maybe he'd catch him on the timing, but Salazar, prime time position, delivers. And with how little time they've got left on the clock, and Queenix's position, the round, well, that's going to be going down once again. They've cut it off perfectly. Bomb goes flying miles away. GX in panic position, turns the corner, but the martyrdom of Queenix denies it. Are they going to funnel themselves back into Salazar's lair, though? He's taking a pixel peek and finds the head. Delivers that one straight to the face of GX, takes out the AWPer for Eagle's side. And again, gives them an advantage to work with in terms of the numbers. Synopsy this time has backup in the form of Rigon towards short, and they get the pick on B. This causes some issues of ECSTATIC setup. They're suddenly thinking about 2 bomb sites rather than prioritizing just one. Baited into the crosshair of Juan Flatro and a rotate back. He's got a smoke, but needs his teammate. Rigon's got to grab the bomb and arrive at the scene of the crime.
And ECSTATIC must have rotated through Con onto the B side, and that seems to be what Patty is assuming right now as he comes off the boost. At the worst possible moment, they want to go back in for it again, but it's been in the post plant, and it's allowed them to get into position to deal with this. Patty's low, but they still stand their ground and deliver a frag onto Rigon, and now one Flatro and a 1-on-2. With a bomb planted for his position, could try and thread this double spray and gets it done. A scout for Salazar. He's had a great start to this map, 11-4 to his name. Primarily over on the A side of the map, though, in bathrooms, and at the moment he's playing on long by himself, and it doesn't look like he's going to see any action. It's a B-sided stack they've spotted, but Queenix has snatched in for one, centering around the corner, instantly gets pushed back by Natus. It's a massacre! It's a disaster! Guild Eagles are getting destroyed! Not a single kill against a force-buying MP9-yielding team. X nearly nailed him on the jump there. That must have been close. You heard the bullet whiz by his head.
Yeah, offering out the free haircuts. A short back and sides, please. Juan Flatro, he'll do more than just take the top off of Patty, though. Oh no, they're doubling up as well. Walking into the bomb site now, getting close with his pistols where they can actually be quite lethal. And Juan Flatro grabs himself a Kalashnikov, has it in his hands, hoping they'll give more 1v1s up. Keep peeking into me is what he's thinking. Molly to make it uncomfortable. He runs around the back of the map, gets one pickup, spraying his way down on the second as well. Oh, round the corner, Salazar with a 5-7. If they can lop the head off here, they can make it to the Copenhagen Major. Life could change for all 5 of these players. Salazar waiting for the push towards middle, supported by the AK. And finally, one frag for the Eagles. Rigon's P250 does damage, but the backline should be the closer. You want to finish it with as large an advantage as possible. Heads up maneuver down in connector. They flash themselves in. Perfect placement of the nade as well. And again, he's blown out of the round.
Caught that nade on the head. It's a far cry from the exquisite performances from Salazar, Kragan, and Nodios. Paddy may have started strong, but he's not, and he's living on borrowed time. ECSTATIC, mere moments away from securing an 8-4 half. And although one flat row heroically is trying to fight against the inevitable, ECSTATIC get the job done. And only a short-sided push, though, with Seneri watching. The HE tossed in. This could do a lot of damage. Not really. Just tickling the oncoming T's, and Kragan, he locks it down with 2. Nodius obliges with one of his own. And ECSTATIC in a 5-on-2 in the heartbeat. Looking to shut this one down as fast as possible. From a 13-3. Dispatching in the first map, they are now in prime position to secure their spot at the Major. And GX is the only man standing, the only man left alive in this one. Similar to Juan Flatro in the dying embers of the first half, he is trying his damnedest to hold off the wave of T's coming at him. 9-4 gonna be the score, Jackie. ECSTATIC have secured both pistol rounds.
30 seconds on the clock. The rest of the utility has to be used, and they've got to commit to the B play. One Flatro, he was damaged from the initial nade, softened him up, and he falls. Rigon delivers with 1, trying to reposition to support Seneri. Equal trades are found. 3 versus 3. 18 seconds on the timer. Rigon, he finds the flick, but it's just a mere tag. Backs up Synopsy to at least equalize that one. 10 seconds, Salazar has to plant, and Synopsy smokes him.
Yeah, they were hoping for the plant because Kragan was playing up in heaven. If he could have planted that out in the open, then Kragan was in the perfect position to pincer in and pierce the CTs. It won't.
Utility supporting that.
Oh, another entry. No potential for follow-up damage. Synopsy was left alone. No one balloons, no one bathrooms. He was there just to
face towards Monster and could get absolutely annihilated. The timing on it, Vince, he gets the Molotov off at least. He can still buy a bit of time, and the free info. Responds by closely going up on short, but Queenix with the Galil gets the opener.
Oh, Paddy is just going to run and gun this one down, may get traded out, but the damage should have been done. Rigon, try as he may, there's too many T's for him to deal with. And GX is already tapped out. He's already looking to save the AWP, was never a part of that round. That's a formidable duo. And Juan Flatro now up in the dumpster. He's been spotted. Molotov can be tossed onto the truck as well. They're going to try and make sure all these angles are covered and dealt with. Juan Flatro nowhere to be caught with Synopsy with a flashbang up and over. Lots of damage exchange between the two teams, but Juan Flatro is all alone, and it's like wide swung from bathrooms. The same can be said of Rigon. It's another round that's over before it's even began, and Guild Eagles can do little about this one. It could just be a case of another save. It sucks to do as a bit of...
Guild, they have to mount an incredible comeback here because ECSTATIC have made it to 12. One more round over the course of this game, and they will go to the Major, Vince. It's all on the line, and the bomb blast from the site, the increased radius, and he goes down. The AWP removed from play.
Bro. That is such a strange situation to witness.
Now ECSTATIC do what they know. Bread and butter B takes. You can afford to just bombard your way in. Copenhagen is calling, and they want to make it there. Overwhelm the defenders of Guild. They fall down to just 2 players, Synopsy and GX, in an uncomfortable retake situation. The Danes look for the bomb plant. Synopsy dives in, comes off the plant to remove the head. GX with just a deagle. Time ticks away. 13th round confirmed. They make it to the Copenhagen Major as the Danish squad have done it.